Philly fan. Philly fan. It's PNB Chizz, we on Philly Fame TV. Down my family in them hood, Penntown and all that, you feel me?
Alright, so you originally from Uptown,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we did the interview with Bam a couple months ago, I want to say.
Sure.
And basically he was talking about how he was introduced to PNB Rock. And he was saying he was introduced to him through you, like he first heard him on a song with you or a song y'all had together or something like
Right.
that. So
I used to start doing research on niggas. So you gotta shout out to PNB Chizz. That's how I run across to him, PNB Rock. So this nigga tearing my DM up. I guess nigga had, faith that, like, you know what I'm saying, he was already rapping. Where he was from, he was already doing his thing, but I guess he was admiring the work we put in and he probably knew I could help him, give him that push.
So speak a little bit about, how y'all linked up, how y'all formed the whole PNB movement, how that whole thing came together.
I mean, like the way we linked up with Bam, see, we always had like our own little rap thing.
Start with Rock, like how y'all knew each other and how y'all formed that group and then get to the band part.
I mean, me and Rock live next door to each other. We grew up right next door to each other. Like, this is my house, this his house. Like, I come out my yard, his yard right there type shit. Like, we all lived on the same block. We had started rapping. Everybody was doing their own thing. It probably was like 7 of us. Everybody was doing their own thing at first. And then Young Bob was popping at the time. The headshot shit was popping. We always trying to get on that joint. So I reached out to Bob. He told me to come down north. I came down there. I freestyled on the step. He put me on a mixtape. Then he tried to put me on headshots at the time. When I came back to the hood, I was hyped to do it. But when I got back to the hood, like everybody in Germantown, they like, oh, I heard you about to start something on headshots. Like, I heard you gonna get everybody on it. And I knew Bob wasn't looking at everybody, he was just looking at me. So me thinking how I was, I'm like, man, we gonna start our own shit. Like, and everybody like, you tripping, bro? Like, you gotta do this headshot shit, you tripping. I wound up starting this joint called Clutch Shooters. My man Rock had a joint called Drama Squad. I had Clutch Shooters, but I started a DVD. That joint was popping. We had DVDs called All Flamers and Extra Clips. Like, them joints, we had everybody on the joint. We had we had Meek. Whole time we was doing that, we was pushing ourselves. Like, we was putting everybody from our hood on them joints, making sure we had like nice clips. Cause niggas would do DVDs, give you like 15 minutes, or nigga wouldn't make the joint. I said, we do our own joint, we control it, you feel me? So I started pushing us like that. And then when we got a little bit popping, we just made Clutch Shooters, one whole little label joint. Then right after that, we had TSC. I had made this joint called Trust Someone Connected. If you look like on YouTube, like you see old videos with us with TSC shirts on. I started this joint called Trust Someone Connected or whatever. Cause I was traveling, I was like in every state, messing with everybody that was somebody. Like, if a nigga was popping in New Orleans, I went to New Orleans, you feel me? I was in Holly Grove with this old head named Wayne. They had me down there with Kid, and this nigga named Skipper the Flipper. I don't know if y'all know who he was. He used to rap with Juvenile. Like, they in a mix down there. Like, they hood like crazy. It's called 0017th Ward. But I was like running to anybody who was somebody. I was going to their cities, like getting to them. Like, man, listen, this is what we doing. We in Philly, we move, we coming like this, you feel me? Like, ain't nobody got no job. This is what we doing. We trying to get on. Next thing you know, we had Instagram started popping. We all started putting our block in front of our joint, because our joint was TSC, because we was topside. But it was like 3 blocks. It was Tappahocken, Osceola, Pastoria. But Tappahocken Street, it was like a lot of stuff going on that I just started saying P Street. Like, then we all started saying PNB. That was like our corner. It's Pastoria and Baton. So like when Rock got out of jail at the time, he was booked. He got booked like when we was young boys or whatever. When he got out, he came back. We started the gram up. He like, what should I make my name? We like, man, just put PNB Rock on that joint. He put that on his gram. We started pushing everything we was already doing. We had TSC and PNB. We was telling everybody PNB was the hood, but TSC was the label, you feel me? So next thing you know, we just started dropping songs. The first joint we did was Weekend Baby. It was like when he first got out, we got in the car. He like, yo, I sang. I'm like, bro, don't tell nobody you just came from upstate.
So he wasn't doing none of that
like,
before he got booked. He started singing when he came home.
He was rapping first, you feel me? But like when he got out, he said he was singing. I'm like, nah, bro, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Like, you just did a bid upstate. You talking about you sang now? Like, so we got in the car, like, all right, let me hear it. He started singing the Weekend Baby joint. It wasn't like really singing though, you feel me? It was like he had like his own little like flow with it or whatever. So I'm like, yeah, I fuck with this. Like, the beat that I already had a song to it. So I'm like, man, we gonna hit the booth, we gonna lay this joint. Took him straight to the studio. I was recording with Ruggedness down Batcave. We slide down there, it was a smash. So we do another joint. He with me like on a regular at the time, you feel me? Cause he ain't had nowhere he was staying at or whatever. So we made like probably like 8 songs. Then we had a block party. When we had the block party, we was playing the songs at the block party. Everybody was fucking with it. Next thing you know, I think like the next day I came outside, he was like sleep on a ledge of my porch, like on a ledge or whatever. I'm like, damn, bro, what you doing? He like, yeah, my mom kicked me out or whatever. It was him and my man Shotty. I'm like, man, y'all tripping. Like, y'all might as well slide with me. I started taking them with me. We started being around each other every day. So when our music started popping, we started using Twitter and the gram and all that. I reached out to Bam and Bob, because like in my head, like them niggas was the niggas that put niggas on in the city. Like I hit both of them up, like, yo, come to one of our sessions down Batcave. They both came down there or whatever. It was Bam and Bob in there, and we had some niggas from Uptown in there too or whatever. So we all laying songs. We probably did like 3 songs. It's a vlog out with Kyle that's on there or whatever. And Bob was banging with it, but he pulled me to the side. He was like, yeah, me and Bam don't work together no more, you feel me? So if you banging with me, we can't bang with him. If you banging with him, that's cool, I ain't banging with y'all. So he was the one that came to me and said that. So it's like, I ain't gonna cut him out the picture, none of that. I'm like, all right, well, we banging with Bam, because Bam ain't say none of that. Like, he ain't come at us like it's one, like give us an ultimatum. It was like, all right, I'm banging with him, because it was a genuine thing at the time. Like, all right, you don't wanna bang with it, then I'm gonna bang with Bam. So next thing you know, Bam was like, let me pay for y'all studio time. At the time, I was paying for the studio time. And I needed that. It was like, all right, bet, because I'm trying to go to A3C. That's gonna cost me like $5 grand. I'm trying to go to South by Southwest. It's gonna cost me like $7 grand. And I gotta save up. Like, I ain't got no gig, you feel me? Like, I'm scraping up every dollar I can to get there. So next thing you know, we wind up going to, Bam slid down there. Bob left us. We started banging with Bam at the time. He like, I'm gonna pay for y'all sessions. He took us to Dunny Joan, Dunny Engineering Joan. He had it Joan down like across from Piedmont at the time, like right there on the corner of the studio. We started recording there with him. Bam was paying for the sessions. He was getting us like half a days or whole days or something like that. So we was recording there all heavy. You know what I mean? And I mean, that's how we all started rocking with Bam. Like from there, he kept bringing, he had Mont around with him, but Mont never was like, at the time, I didn't really know who Mont was. Mont wasn't really talking to none of that. But Bam had us meeting up with everybody. Like he was bringing Dutch and Spade down there. Like, and then one day we had, it was a session we had, and Rel G's came down there. Like we cool with Rel G's. Like that's my man cousin and shit. So he came down there with O'Malley and they was recording in the studio. And he was like, yo, let me hold y'all cameraman. Let me hold y'all cameraman or whatever. We like, all right, bet. We gave him the cameraman. The cameraman shouted us out in there. He like, you got listen to these niggas. Like they hot in Philly right now. They hot. He asked us to come in the studio. We go in the studio. O'Malley had all these beats. He playing the beats. Rock singing the hooks. I'm spitting the verse. Rock singing a hook. I spit a verse. Whole time he like, damn, y'all flames, y'all flames. I had a feature to do. I leave out the studio to do the feature. When I come back, O'Malley like, yo, your man just gave me like 4 flames ass hooks. And I'm like, for real? I'm looking at him like, bro, what you doing? Like, how you just do 4 joints? I'm like, all right, let me get on like 2 of these joints, like at the time or whatever. I'm like, I'm trying to hop on 2 of these joints because I ain't know what was going on. Like, we ain't have nobody as our managers at the time or none of that. So I was trying to make sure he wasn't getting like shysted out of anything or nothing like that. So at the time, he like, no, I'm gonna get this joint to Meek. I'm gonna put this joint on my mixtape, and I got this joint for such and such. I ain't know how it was really gonna play out, but the next thing you know, one day we on the road, and you see Meek on Instagram with a video clip of him singing one of Rock hooks. I'm like, damn, that's flames. Like we felt like we made it at that time, but he ain't adding though. You know what I mean? So like from there we had a little buzz. Like we already had it from pushing the music, but that put it over the top. You feel me?
Right. All right, so let's get to the joint that Rock did that was most known throughout the city. Everybody knew about the My City Needs Something joint at the time. So once that joint came out, how was it for y'all as a whole? Like, cause it brought some light y'all direction. So how was stuff? How did stuff start to change and all that?
Stuff really started turning up like when he started singing. Period, for real, cause it started bringing bitches around. Bitches started wanting to be around and shit. Like once he started like aiming for the bitches, like it started getting crazy. Like our whole hood changed like on some other shit. Like growing up around my way, we never had nothing. It wasn't never that many hoes around there. It wasn't never really like, it had like nights, you know, hoods pop, you know what I mean, on their own, but that shit was popping on some other shit at the time. Like you would catch anybody coming through there at a certain time. Like, so once he started like doing the bitchin' songs and he dropped that My City Needs Something and that joint started waving, that's when everybody started hitting us up. Everybody started trying to get on tracks. Everybody started coming through. Like when we did the video and that joint hit MTV Jams, you know, he went to jail. He went to jail after he dropped that joint. When it first hit MTV Jams, he was booked. So while he was booked, we just on the block, we dropped a mixtape called The Gang. Like, cause we like, all right, boom. he booked. We gonna capitalize. We gonna make sure everything's still rolling when he come out too. We gonna make sure the buzz still alive because it's one song. So we dropped a whole CD called PNB The Gang, and we was like, yo, we only got hard copies, and you gotta pull up on PNB to cop them. We probably came outside with like 300 CDs, bro. I swear, niggas was pulling up from Delaware, Jersey. Niggas was talking about they coming from DC. Like we put the address up, they just sliding down. By the end of the night, niggas out there like it's packs. You feel me? Niggas like, yo, you got some CDs left? Like, no, like, and we sell them joints for a dime. Like, we knew it was different at that point. Like, we knew it was different. Like,
so as his situation started to turn up, and as y'all group as a whole started turning up, you know, it's a lot of y'all, mind you. Like as a group, I remember we did the showcase joint out West Philly, and y'all came down and killed it. There was a lot of y'all at that time. So at what point as he was leveling up, like at what point did y'all relationship kind of change? Like, because it seemed like, you know, I could be wrong, but it seemed like he ain't really put you on as much stuff to give you the look. Once he got the look, you could kind of clarify or deny that situation.
yeah, I mean, like, of course it was different. You feel me? Like, shit's changed the whole way. Like, it was like, you used to be, everybody was around each other every day. It wasn't nothing going on at the same time, though. You feel me? Like, it's easy that way. But when shit start coming and it start, like, niggas get busy, it's like how you gonna be about it. Like, it's really how you gonna carry it yourself. So, like, as a man, like, yeah, shit changed on some, we ain't on the regular everyday shit, like, but I still gotta grind and do what I gotta do, so I ain't really paying that no mind, you feel me? Like, when you come around, what you do, you gonna do, because at the end of the day, we capitalizing. It's a different type of capitalizing. It's like, you capitalize when you with somebody every day, all day, but when you carrying something, y'all all carrying the same flag, y'all all carrying the same name, you feel me? Like, at the end of the day, it's opportunities out there for all of us. Like, we all gotta grab them joints, but it ain't the same though. It definitely ain't the same because everybody ain't together like they used to be, but niggas still around. It's just like any hood, like, you know, niggas be all the way together in the beginning, then it start to band out a little bit, but at the end of the day, y'all still always come together when it's time to. You feel me? Like, so that shit different. It ain't what it was, but like, I mean, it ain't nothing that a grown man wouldn't go through anyway. You feel me? Like,
so did y'all ever have talks or conversations about all y'all coming together and doing another project, or y'all all just collaborating or anything like in the near future? Is that
I mean, like, when niggas get around each other, everybody just really filling out what they can to make shit work. You feel me? Like, niggas try to make shit work how it work. Like, you gonna go about it how you gonna, say you a person, like, you carrying a situation like the way you gonna carry it. A nigga can't have the same heart as you. You feel me? Like, a nigga not gonna do the same shit as you, but they gonna do it the way they do it. So it's like, really how you gonna capitalize off the situation. And right now it's like, niggas looking at it like, however you pop, we push. However you pop, we push. However you pop, we push. But it ain't like niggas like, oh, we gonna do a project. Cause it wasn't like a, oh yeah, we gonna make this a rap group. Like I told you, it was TSC was supposed to be the rap group. PNB was just the hood. Like, you feel me? So like, everybody was on their single shit already from the door, but we was moving as a unit. So at the end of the day, it's like, there's some niggas doing group shit, and there's some niggas that's just doing their own thing. Like, you feel me?
All right, so let's get into Chizz, like his sound, his music. Now, I mean, for the people that's tuning in that's not really familiar, like, give them the backstory on that, like how you go about describing your sound and your music for those who never heard it before.
Yeah, my sound just like that natural. I'm giving you the elements of rap. Like, I'm coming at you every way, and I'm trying to make sure every bar is sharp. Every track I get on, I come for niggas next. Niggas know, but I tell you, like, as soon as we get in the booth, like, I'm going hard. I want you to go hard too. Like, nigga, like, the end of the day is a sport. You feel me? Like, so my sound just bars, for real. Bars, melodies, and songs. Like, I like to make sense. Like, I like a song that's gonna add up at the end of the day. Give you a hook, stay on topic for the whole track. You feel me? Like, that's my sound. It's just different. It ain't the same as everybody else's. Like, my shit just different. You never gonna get my song and somebody else's shit. Every time you hear my shit, you be like, that's some Chizz shit. Like, on that type time.
Yeah, so I see, like, with all that being said about you, like, being on your own and grinding and all that, I see you been making little moves on your own, moving around. I see you got some love for one of them the major magazines. I think it was Vibe or one of them. They had that little spread on you, so that's what's up.
For sure.
So speak on, like, some of the music you got out, mixtapes, singles, projects, like, where they can find it at for those tuning in who want to check you out. Like,
I just dropped the EP. It's called Chizz, like, just Chizz. Like, cause before it was any of that TSC, PNB, or any of that, I was myself. Like, you could ask anybody about me. I'm me. I got my own name. You feel me? It was always like that. So it's like I'm just bringing it to the essence, because it's videos you can find on YouTube that come up when you just type in Chizz, you feel me? So like the EP called Chizz, bring niggas to that reminder. Yeah, I mean, it's a video out called I Still. That shit on everything. It's on Tidal, it's on Vibe, it's on Apple Music, it's on Spotify, you feel me? And my grand PNB Chizz, you can type in PNB Chizz on everything, and the music will come up with the links in the bios. Or you can go to the websites. I got a whole bunch of shit. You can look me up on anything. You probably find me.
Early. All right, so anything else you want to touch on, speak on, address before we get out of here, man?
I mean, like, for real, just the music, man. Tune all the way the fuck in, man. Like, we coming, man. You feel me? Like, and me and my cousins right now, we got some shit called Empire Bloodline, you feel me? My cousin Sai, you feel me? We got a couple other niggas that's fucking with us, you know what I mean? Like, and that shit gonna take off. Like, we pushing everything, man. My whole thing is bring the whole city together. As long as everybody together, everybody can win. It's enough for everybody to eat, you feel me? Like, you see me right now, like, I ain't even in my hood. I'm in my cousin hood, you feel me? Like, we down Penntown, regular thorough nigga shit. Like, everybody just chilling, like. And it's like, at the end of the day, if you can help a nigga, you should help a nigga. That's how I carry it, you feel me?
On that note, we ain't sounding out, man. Fully F.A.M.E. TV, PNB Chizz, man.
All day.